Now, the second one here is AMC's chairman, Adam Black. I think is his name. Yeah, Adam Aaron, rather. Adam Black. Who's Adam Black? I know an Adam Black. Either way, AMC came out and said AMC is obviously not very happy about it. And I think this is kind of ironic. I'm going to read the quote because, like, it is really like he sounds mad. All right, he sounds mad. But I think it's kind of ironic because it was AMC who just made the deal with Universal to shorten the theatrical window. Like, they made the deal. Like, they already, the blood was in the water. Like, they put this into motion, in my opinion. Like, I don't feel Warner Brothers or any other studio would feel the need to do this in like the kind of blindsided way that they did if these kind of, like, I don't know, things weren't already in motion. You know what I mean? I feel like the blood was already in the water because of AMC. So it's kind of, I don't know, the irony that AMC is coming out to complain about this is kind of just, I don't know, should really be falling on deaf ears in a lot of ways. But so they came out and said that these coronavirus impacted times are, he should have just said unprecedented. Come on, he knows these are unprecedented times. And they're charted waters for all of us, which is why AMC signed on to an HBO Max exception to customary practices for one film only, Wonder Woman 1984, being released by Warner Brothers at Christmas when the pandemic appears that it will be at its height. However, Warner now hopes to do this for all of their 2021 theatrical movies, despite the likelihood that the vaccine's right around the corner and the theater business is expected to recover. Clearly, Warner Media intends to sacrifice a considerable portion of the profitability of its movie studio division and that of its production partners and filmmakers to subsidize its HBO Max startup. As for AMC, we will do all in our power to ensure that Warner Brothers does not do so at our expense. We will aggressively pursue economic terms that pressure our business. Like I said, he seems a little mad.
Yeah.
He seems a little mad. And like I said, then why'd you make the deal with Universal to shorten the theatrical window in the first place?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. And they're saying they've already, this is the last part, quote. Let's read the rest of it. We have already commenced an immediate and urgent dialogue with the leadership of Warner on this subject. As this issue gets sorted out, we are nonetheless encouraged that the vaccines protecting society in a large against the coronavirus are very much at hand. So it is our expectation that moviegoers soon will be able to once again to delight in becoming into coming to our theaters without any worry, viewing the world's best movies safely in our big seats with our big sound on our big screens. So, yeah, obviously he seemed a little bit mad, but there's not a really big sales pitch there by any means.
No,
because if even everything he's saying, it's like you still don't know if what you're saying is even going to be possible. Like, you don't know if the vaccines are coming around the corner. You don't know how many people are going to be able to get the vaccines.
Optimistic way of looking at it, but
yeah, sure. It's like, because Adam Aaron, I hate to break it to you, but everybody's been saying that for the past year. Like, it's not a new thing to say. And again, I just think this is a little bit ridiculous. Of all the people, if Cinemark or Regal or someone else would have came out and been complaining, fine. It's like, but they're the ones who like went behind every other studio's every other studio's back and every other theater chain's back and made the deal with Universal. So like, what do y'all complaining about?
Yeah,
like,
really.
You know what I mean? What do you guys think about the AMC whining? I mean, that's the best way I could put it. Like, I know it sucks and it's a shitty situation for the theaters, and like, I don't know, for all intents and purposes, though, it ain't show friends, it's show business, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's trying to make money. The theater's trying to make money. Warner Brothers trying to make money. Because it's like the theaters in a lot of ways are kind of forgetting here, but like, yeah, movies, they've had to close their theaters, but like they do know that the studios haven't been able to put their movies out and make that money that they're complaining about not making themselves, right? Like, the studios are at a loss right now, too. Like, but the studios have a way to make money. Not everybody should suffer. Like, so I mean, I find it kind of like selfish in a lot of ways, in all honesty. You can look at it being selfish in both ways, I guess. But at the same time, if there's a solution for one company, they shouldn't just go with the sinking ship It's kind of
Yeah.
it's kind of fucking stupid. Like, I'm sorry, but like, what do you guys think?
I think it's a lot of whining.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. All right, so here's the thing. I think somebody needs to sit down with Double A over there and have a real conversation with them about the way the world works and how things, they don't have the means of production. They are the distributor for these items.
Yeah, they're
So
the middleman.
if they can't figure out a way to make their theaters and their experience the most enticing way to view these things, then that's kind of on them. Now, I realize that's kind of harsh and it's pretty uncaring. I know it comes off as uncaring for the theater business and all the people that work in the theater business. I think a lot of movie theaters do it very well, but I also think this idea that it's like CD companies, and it's like big retailers like Best Buy and other companies that relied on a lot of um, sales of CDs and DVDs and stuff. When streaming started to become a thing, yeah, it would have been nice if they would have been able to force the studios to continue providing their stuff to them only and not send it out streaming. But that isn't a reality of the way the world works now. And that's not a reality of the way a lot of people want to consume their stuff. So
Yeah.
um it's on the theaters to figure out how to compete in the world the way it is now. And that's unfortunate, and it may mean that they have to scale back their business and their business model isn't as big as it once was. But that's true for a lot of people. When there's growth in one area, it usually comes at the expense of another area. So I feel bad for them. Obviously, we've just got done talking about how much I love the theater experience. I don't want to see theaters go away, but we live in a capitalist society, and this is the way capitalism works.
Yeah.
If there's a method out there that people like, and people find a way to take advantage of that, that's the. So I don't know. I think all these veiled threats that he's making about we're gonna find the best financial. It's like, you know what, buddy, you're gonna if you take this stance, if you take this approach of trying to play hardball with the theater or the production companies and the movie theater. What am I trying to say?
The people
With the
who have
movie
the
companies.
content they need to survive.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you start trying to play hardball with them and you don't find a way to actually work
Right in the hand.
nicely with them, yeah. If you don't find a way to work with them and try and do what's best for your employer, your shareholders, you're going to find yourself on the wrong side of this, where your competitors are probably going to end up figuring out a way to make it work and
Yeah.
and continue business as they'd like to. So
Yeah, that's
I
the
don't know.
thing. Like I was just saying with the numbers. Like you see in that the studios are seeing that, like, unfortunately they don't need the theaters anymore to make billions of dollars a year. Like, unfortunately, like, that's just the way it is. Do we lose
Yep.
John, or are you frozen? John, say
Am I
something.
frozen?
Yeah, you're good.
Am I frozen?
You should unfreeze though. I can hear you. You've
Okay.
been unfreezing at least by itself. So we'll see if you unfreeze in
Yeah.
a minute. But yeah, I think like you said, the theaters need to make, what is it, like, adapt or die? Is that the saying, or like evolve or die? One of those. I think it's adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Something like that.
But like in like AMC, of all the theater chains, like AMC is my favorite theater chain to go to. So like,
Is it?
yeah, I'm not dogging on AMC, but I just think that the comments are stupid in a lot of ways, because kind of like you said, it's like, don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
like, you're gonna like make veiled threats and things that, like, you need the studios more than they need you, and they know
yeah.
that now. They have their own means of distribution, and like they don't need to put it in theaters right now to make billions of dollars. You should be doing more to, I don't know, not come off as dickish.
Yeah.
If
It's a good way to
well,
put
I
it.
mean, and here's the reality of the situation. What leverage does the theater have? A theater's leverage is, I don't show your movie. So let's say AMC decides, you know what, we're not going to show Warner Brothers movies in our theaters because we don't like the way that they're handling the distribution. Well,
Not a
if
good
Warner
choice.
Brothers if Warner Brothers just makes a ton of money and Disney and Paramount and Universal all look over at Warner Brothers and say, well, crap, they're making, their earnings reports are, 2 times what ours are, and they're doing everything streaming. They're going to start copying that model, and AMC will just lost all of their product.
Mm.
Drive
So
themselves into the ground.
Exactly.
exactly.
I don't know. I don't know what more they could do because, like I said, AMC, like just before the pandemic hit, they've spent, like, I forget what the number, like $5 billion or something, remodeling all their theaters, putting like the recliner seats and everything, putting in as many Dolby Atmos like speaker systems, laser projection, all this. Like they were doing everything in their power to make their theaters, in like most places and most of their chains anyway, the best theater going experience you possibly could have. Like they were, and then they also had the AMC A List, the subscription plan, so you can see 3 movies a week for for $20 a month. It's a great deal. Like, and it's awesome. They have the dine-in theaters. Like, this is all why they were my favorite chain to go to. It's the best experience, at least around me, that I've had.
Yeah.
So like I like going to have the recliner. Like it's all good.
And those are all things that they're smart, inventive ways to make their theater enticing for people to come instead of just relying on the fact that, well, you can only see the movie here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, I don't know what more they could do because like that's all good. I like his thing is now if they go to learn, if we're now finding out obviously that a lot of people like Rick like the idea of being able to stay at home and do their thing, right? So they need to figure out more ways to make that even more, bring that into the theater. Like they need to find more ways to do it because
Let me bring my dog in.
right. Well, I think they like the dine-in ones. I feel give the closest experience to that, but like maybe take it a step further and have like they've a lot of theaters have been doing now. Like they've been renting out the whole rooms to people and like during the pandemic and everything, so you can just rent out the entire theater. You can bring in game consoles. You can play your own movie, play a movie that they're allowed to be playing right now. Whatever you want to do, like doing things like that. But maybe like I don't know, maybe not have the big 100-seat theaters anymore. Maybe have smaller ones that people could just come and do like similar things with. I don't know. Like
Give them other streams of revenue.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not the one who owns AMC or any theater chain that needs to figure it out. But like, if like that's what the consumer is striving for is like more control, more freedom, then try to design more ways to do that. Like
Well, and the one I mean, you talked about it. So they've gotten better about this with some of these subscription services, and 3 movies for $20 a month, which is great. But most people, I think their impression, this is something the theaters need to work on, is it's going to cost a family of 4 what, $80 after food and everything to go see a 2-hour movie.
yeah,
And when you hold that cost up between tickets and food and concessions and stuff, when you hold that cost plus the time to get to the theater, pack everybody in the car, get home, all that, when you add in all the factors versus the convenience and the cheaper cost of streaming, it's understandable why people don't want to deal with all that. So they need to start looking at, is the premium that their experience cost worth it? Can they justify, a family, let's say a family of 4 goes to a movie every week. That's $80 for like what 4 movies would be 8 hours of content roughly. Is that worth the same cost as a family of 4 going to an amusement park for a day, which is also 8 hours of content, but they have multiple different things they get to. When you start comparing different experiences, entertainment experiences together, movies kind of come up on the high side of things, and I think that a lot of families feel that. So
Yeah.
no, I'm with you. Like that's the thing. Like that's one of the main reasons that I think I probably stop going a lot of the time because it's like if I take me and the kids, I got paid for 5 tickets.
yeah,
Then if we all get food, it's like it quickly going to see one movie turns into a $150 venture, and it's
Yeah.
like okay, if I could just pop it on my 77-inch TV I just got for the price of one ticket, why would I not do that? It's 10 times
Yeah.
cheaper. Like,
Sure.
you know, and I have a lot more freedom. Like, I can get whatever food I want. I know the food's gonna be good. That's another thing that, like, that's a different thing.
Not
But
if you're
I
cooking
don't
it.
know.
but-
Do what?
Nothing. I said not if you're cooking it, but
I just made you a lavash bread pizza. and
it
you
was
praised it.
fantastic.
Yeah,
I suggested he make his own restaurant.
exactly. That's right.
Pizza.
And my food is great, dude, and it's good for you. That's the point. That's important.
Yeah.
Fills you up, low calories, low calorie dense foods. All right. Shout out to Greg Doucette. Shout out to Greg Doucette. But yeah, they just need to think of ways to, because that's the thing too. When you compare it to other things that people can do with their time, like the movie theater, in a lot of ways, is cheap. For as you start to increase the numbers of people going, like I said, 5. If I'm looking at buying 5 tickets, 5 things of food, not economically, not fiscally responsible in a lot of ways. It's, I
Yeah.
mean, like, especially for most, anyone not in the 1%, like, especially if you
Yeah.
like to go see multiple movies, like, at a time, like, that's why I think, the last final thought I have, and we'll wrap it up with the A-list thing. It always bothered me because, like, even if I got it for, like, me and my wife, for instance, I couldn't use my, like, if I have 3 movies a week, I can't, like, use one of my 3 movies with a guest. Like, they have to buy their own ticket.
Yeah.
So even if I wasn't going to go use them, and like, that's one way they can make that better right there. Just say you get 12 movies
3
a
credits.
month. Yeah, just
Yeah.
use them for whatever. You can use it for a guest. You can use it for you. Whatever you want to do. Easy
See,
solution.
we have-
like.
I have a Cinemark, and I'm on Cinemark's plan, and they give you just credits. And so I can use those credits. If I have 4 credits banked up because I haven't gone to see a movie for 4 months, I can use all for that for me and 3 other people if I want. That's a much
That's
better.
great.
The flexibility is much better there.
Yeah, because that's what bothered me. And for like, and at first, since it was still cheaper in the end for me to spend $40 a month for me and my wife to have an A-list, as opposed to going and seeing 3 movies, it's more expensive. So it was still cheaper, but at the same time, I'm not actually seeing all 12 of those movies. So it was kind of dumb. I'm just like, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was my
Yeah.
biggest complaint with A-list. So if they change it to match more of the Cinemark plan, that's a lot better. Like, and that would entice me much more to go. Like,
And then the other thing about Cinemark is you can, like, let's say I only have 1 credit, but I want to take 2 other people. I can add additional tickets for a reduced rate. I'm not paying the full movie going.
Mhm.
I'm paying the Cinemark, movie club price for those tickets, which is a cheaper rate, which helps too. So
Yeah, that's much better. That sounds a lot better. Like, I don't know what the price is or anything, but like, that sounds good. That's what they need to do. Doing things like that, though, being more proactive, making things a little bit more inclusive. That's what they need to be doing. Not being like, I don't know, spiteful in a lot of ways. I just thought it was kind of dumb. Like, in a lot of ways, I totally understand where, like, the AMC Adam Aaron's coming from, but at the same time, like I said, the theater industry is on the sinking ship right now, more so than anything.
Yeah,
And they don't need to bring
for
everybody else down with them. Like if the studios haven't been making money this year either, like, not as much as they would have been. Like, granted,
Yeah.
they've been able to release their stuff on there and whatever. Yeah, but
It's not the same.
It's not the same, but it's their movies. Like, they should still be able to explore any avenue they can to make money. Like, just it's not really on them that no one can go to the theater. So I don't know. It's kind of unfair. I totally get that it's unfair on both sides in a lot of ways, but like I said, not everybody needs to suffer. Like, So I don't know. What do you guys think about all this? I know that we went on for this one for quite a bit of time. So, but it's a big topic. I'm sure we could still keep going if we really wanted to, but we're gonna move on here and let us know what you guys think about all this stuff down in the comment section below.